Hey guys, so first off, want to say this video is largely based on my opinions from working in the tech industry. That means if you disagree with anything, that's great. Let me know why in the comments. Every comment helps. Let's get into it. I'm seeing a lot of videos with the title, the 5 programming languages you should learn in 2020, and they're getting like millions of views. But the problem is, you should not learn 5 languages in 2020. You should learn 1 of 2 languages. And I'm gonna tell you why in this video. The biggest problem with people getting into programming is switching technologies, trying to check boxes of things they know, and then moving on to the next thing. Now, the problem with that is most jobs are gonna have you focused on 1 or 2 technologies. So really mastering 1 language and then getting a job in that language is really the best way to go. Now, if you're watching videos like these and trying to figure out the best language to learn, that means you're probably not too much of an experienced programmer. No offense. But if you're doing that, then I can tell you there's 1 of 2 languages you should be learning. I'm gonna come out and say it, the 2 languages are JavaScript and Python, but you have to be very careful at which one you choose, and I'm gonna tell you why. The answer is, which job would you want? Work backwards from the job and not forwards from the language. Think of all the software developer jobs as a pie, with each piece representing a different type of job. A huge piece of that pie is front end, and JavaScript has a total monopoly on this piece, meaning you can't be a front-end developer without knowing JavaScript. Another huge piece is back-end web development. Now, JavaScript is a huge player in this space as well because of Node.js, which allows JavaScript to run on the back end. What about Python though? CS Dojo made a great video on this called What Can Python Do? Essentially, Python can do a lot of things, but it's only really viable for a select few. Namely, data science and machine learning, it's great for. So if you want to go with that, your decision's already made for you. You're going with Python in 2020. Another big category Python dominates is finance. Now let's turn our attention to the 3rd category, back-end web development. This is the one most people are going to focus on who want to be traditional software developers. Now, Python is a major player in this space. However, the problem is, to continue the pie analogy, that this slice is divided up into a lot of different pieces. We already mentioned JavaScript is in this slice too with Node.js, but there are many other players, including PHP and Ruby, that are also taking away market share, so to speak, from backend web development. Given all this competition, you're getting a relatively much smaller slice. Why did I leave off an often pretty popular language in these kind of lists? Java. Well, I'll give you 2 reasons. The first one is, while Java is one of the biggest languages still, year by year, it's slowly getting phased out and largely replaced by things like Go. Before you start typing in the comment box, there's one major exception that Java will continue to dominate, and that is Android development. What's happening with Java right now is something you have to be really careful about in the software industry, and that is the trends of different technologies. Now, if you look at Java, it is super popular, but the trend has been going down a little bit year by year. That means as far as new jobs being created, it is a lot less than a fast-growing language. For you who's just getting into this, that's not a good sign. And you want to be careful of any technology that's doing this. PHP is another one. And again, this is a poor signal for the job market, meaning it's contracting in terms of PHP developer hiring. So for everything, you want to be looking at the trend lines, not just the present-day values, meaning what is going to be the most popular in 1 year, 2 years. So by the time it's there, you're already the expert in that technology. The second and bigger reason for skipping Java is because Java is largely the language of kids in universities. So when these people finish university, they all know Java. So you're competing with every computer science major for the Java jobs. So for those 2 reasons, I'm going to just say forget about Java and focus on JavaScript or Python. So we've covered Java, JavaScript, and Python, but what about all the other languages? I actually kind of look at these as niche languages. They mostly do very specific things. Give you an example. C# is mainly used for game development. So if game development is your true calling and passion, go all in on C#. You've also got mobile, which, as we talked about earlier, Java is the dominant player of Android, and you have Swift for iOS. So if you choose one of these and your passion is mobile development for some reason, then go all in on one of these. But I think most software developers, when they're starting out, don't really know what they want. I sure didn't, and that's totally fine. But it's a lot safer to go with one of the big languages that you can have more flexibility within, especially JavaScript, because you can do front end, back end, and a lot of other stuff too. So it's good to keep your options open. Looking at it from a jobs perspective, the bigger pool you fish in, the more likely you are to catch a fish. So fish in the big pool with the big languages. So in summary, choose the job you want and work backwards from there. If your dream job is more niche, like being a game developer, go with what's good for game development, C#, and stick with that. Otherwise, you should be choosing one of the big two languages, JavaScript or Python. If you're not sure which, keep in mind that Python is primarily used for data science, machine learning, finance, and back-end web development. That being said, JavaScript dominates front-end web development and has a big share of back-end web development. If on the other hand, you're thinking, oh, web development's not real software development, you're thinking about it wrong. Think of web development as your gateway drug into the software development industry, because you learn the fundamentals, it's a little bit easier, and you can get a job faster and then work your way out from there. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Subscribe for more videos, like the video if you liked it, and I'll catch you soon.